A very good afternoon to all. Thank you for being here today. I understand, I think it's safe to say it's an audit season going on. Today's topic of discussion is also related to audit. That is, how can we use default tally for our tax audit? Our expert for today is Mr. Rajendra Mithari. Rajendra sir needs no introduction. He's a tally evangelist and is a prime speaker at our forum. He's a tally trainer since 2004 and is a regular faculty at ICI, ITT and Advanced ITT courses. He has done various trainings at various forums. So we are actually happy that Rajendra sir has taken time from his very busy schedule to conduct this session today at CA Connect. Thank you for the audience. Before we begin, please direct your questions to Q&A and write your comments in the chat box so that we can keep track and make sure that all your queries are answered. Thank you, Rajendra sir. Over to you.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon. So this is audit period. I know you don't have any more time to discuss on regular tally workouts. So I also not preparing any PPT. Directly you are going to our field work. So today's topics we are covering in the session are clause 44, what is expected and what can we do from tally by default, because in tally there is no any directly a report which can fulfill the requirements of clause 44 of form 3CD. Second one, we are also trying to create clause 40A3, which is payments more than a threshold limit, that is 10,000, and how we can prepare a directly report from tally for that. That is possible from tally. One topic, that is stock including GST rate. It is also demanded just 2-3 days before. CS demanding we need stock valuation with GST rate. So that is also ready in tally. Currently by default that report is not there, that showing valuation of stock item plus its GST and its GST value. So we can derive it from tally directly. So that is also our topic. And last one is stock valuation method. Suppose a person wants to change his valuation method, average cost to last purchase price or zero price, whatever. So how we can do it from tally. So let's move on the first topic, clause 44. Okay. And I know there are many questions in your mind, so please ask your questions in our FAQs. But for the clause 44, we can discuss as we complete our first topic. Then topic by topic, we can solve your FAQs. So what is demand by, that is called as expected from my side. What is expected from department from the clause 44 report, that columnar report is there. There are 7 columns. First, we know it is a serial number. They also not asking for your ledger name. What is the expenditure ledger name? But we can create a ledger name for our working papers. CA must have working papers for that. Then total expenditure for that ledger. Maybe 10,000 is a printing stationery amount. So they want a total expenditure for that ledger. Okay. And please keep notepad with you, because that session will be more technical, at least for the clause 44. Okay. And don't worry, material will be shared on directly in the same session. Now, see, total expenditures, here is the confusion for many practitioners, that suppose I have purchase of plant and machinery for the purpose of ITC claiming. First, I am creating that ledger in revenue account. Then I am moving by JV, general voucher entry, to plant and machinery asset account. What happens? Plant and machinery, that revenue account which is temporary time beingly you have created, that will be value at 0 in profit and loss account, and the machinery account will be at the balance sheet. So don't directly go through profit and loss account where ledgers are having 0 values. Those are not reflecting in profit and loss account. So it may be possible that ledger you are using it for a timing purpose. You are collecting, taking ITC on that, and then you want to shift that ledger to your another desired ledger. Okay, so please try to go from trial balance. I am showing all the entries. Then second column is, we know the second column is total expenditure. Third is exempt purchase, or you can say exempt goods or services from registered dealer. Here is the column. Registered dealer is important. I am just zooming on it. Then purchase from composite dealer. That is also required. Purchase from regular dealer. It means, in short, you are claiming ITC. Okay. And sixth is total of 3, 4, and 5. That is the sixth column. There's just note that this is the total column of 3, 4, and 5. Nothing to do here. And last, seventh is purchase from unregistered dealer. So move on how to derive these figures from Tally. So notes on 44. See that columns I just make translate here, that one by one. First figure, that is serial number, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can make it. Second column is total expenditure amount. So that note is here. If you want to use profit and loss account, so please keep in mind that profit and loss account may have 0 values for a ledger. That is possible. Okay, so just I'm opening the data. Yes. So this is my profit and loss account, 1st April 21 to 31st March 22. And it may be possible that there are some ledgers which are not showing here, but these are having some ITC. So try to use these all tricks from trial balance. Okay. Now, this is my total amount. You can take from debit balance of your trial balance or net transactions. I can show that also. Display trial balance F12. Okay. So for profit and loss account, we did not, opening balance is not required. Make transactions, you can say net that transaction, and closing balance as no. You can say no. So the transaction will be net of debit and credit. Okay, so you can use from here all the tricks, whatever I'm going to show here. Okay, but there are many practitioners normally using profit and loss account. So I am also using profit and loss. Now, third one is exempt from GST. Now, exempt from GST have at least we know 4 or 5 services or 2, 3 goods. Those are exempt for this business. Okay. Suppose I am purchasing petrol, fuel, and crude, these types of material. So I know which ledgers are exempted. But question is there, how I can get all exempted services at a time? See, if my profit and loss account is there, so I have to one by one select here petrol expenditure, diesel expenditure, and whatever the exempt services or goods, and then I have to make a total. So the first trick for column 3, that is, don't directly try to fetch a figure from your data, because maybe that customer, that client, is not preparing data as per our GST standards, whatever given by Tally company. They are directly putting data from journal. They are directly putting data without GST. Many ifs and buts are there. Okay. So what to do? First, just alter that ledger. That trick is also useful for another columns also. So let's take an, see, this is the dummy ledger. Okay. So you can directly do a group. You can see here, I am putting a new group, and here I can say exempt ledger. Keep it in under your main group, that is indirect expenditure. Don't worry. Now it is completed. So you know that ledger name is the dummy ledger, and it is under you can say a group which is temporary I have created. Okay. Any expenditure you can take, but for a time being, I don't have more time to discuss on the small tricks. Now, how to filter a group profit and loss account on conditioning that group name. So just press here Control F12 and please use Control F12. Don't use Alter F12. Alter F12 is nothing but it is a filtering of data, and Control F12 is taking data from vouchers. So here using vouchers, ledger, group name, the name of that group name. You can say containing or actual, whatever. Exempt. So on depending on your data size, it is showing your you get taking your time and showing your result. See, exempt ledger is my group, and if I press enter, that ledger is there. I can directly derive a figure of that ledgers. So use first trick to use Control F12 for filtering the profit and loss account directly, depending on your voucher ledgers and group of that ledger or amount of that ledger. Okay. So I'm again going back to this topic, column number 3, just after a time. Then fourth column is composite dealer supply. Composite dealer supply. Now, how to get a dealer supply, that purchase or journal or anything? So there is also a simple stock SQL query, and using Control F12 again we are going to do supply from composite dealer. See, so where configuration is there in Tally, check alter ledger. Just I am selecting any party, composite party. See here, this is the setting. We know a supply from composite dealer if credited to the party and debited to the profit and loss account, then we can derive by this method. Okay, so in FAQs we are looking for how to check for non-crediting to party, how we can derive it. So a composite dealer is also a registered dealer, but we cannot claim ITC. Even he cannot charge, he cannot use forward GST on his supplies. How to derive it? So simple trick is there. Column number 4, how to derive composite dealer supplies. See here, SQL query I have written here. So just I am zooming again. Okay, select $name, comma, $GST registration type from ledger, where $GST registration type is equal to composition. Okay, a smart user can also use this command and he can derive data is equal to unregistered. Okay, so just copy that command, nothing to do here. Control N is calculator panel, paste Control V and enter. So in my database, I know how many clients, suppliers or debtors are there. Those are having composition dealer type. Now, first stage is completed. Now there are 2 ways to derive data from this party by profit and loss account ledger wise, because department is not asking in 3CD for party wise purchase. They are asking for debit account head wise purchase. So nothing to worry here. Just go on your profit and loss account. There are 2 methods. First is simple method. Second is super user method. Simple method, you can give a command profit and loss account, alter F1, Control F12. I want vouchers of a ledger, which is of a ledger, and name is containing. See, just I created composition agency. Okay, COMP. So compo. that, for example, I have selected uh, that field manually. Okay, you can copy paste. Just you have to export that SQL report in your Excel. Again, I can show you. Control N. This is the command. You know the party name. You know the next party name. You can copy paste this name from Excel if you exporting this report and using Excel. That is also possible. So for saving time, I am directly typing here. Control F12. I want a report of profit and loss account by ledger name which containing COMP. Why using containing? Because of I don't know the full complete spelling. So see here. Now I know which expenditures in my profit and loss account are there. Those are purchased from composition dealer. See here. So let us see ledger name of COMP. Okay, consultancy charges. See here, COMP is available in computers. So I don't want it. See here, printing and stationery 5,500. I can click here, I can click here, and I can see the purchase from composite part. So here, problem is if you have more than 5 or 6 or 10 parties, then 10 times you have to do the actions. So 10 times you have to select here a party, then you have to select here or you can see here also internally we can command here or a name. See here, containing or start with ESH. So I know that party name. Okay. So by this way, you can do multiple commands. Okay. So now my profit and loss account is with 2 parties of composition. But that will take some. See here again, printing and stationery, the figure is increased. So what party I am using? So KSH. Okay. So that is printing and stationery party. So now I know profit and loss account head-wise expenditures of supplied by composite dealer, but by a huge efforts. So let's try another method, that is smart user method. See what I am writing here. I am just modifying these ledgers. Suppose that party name is, that is agency. Okay. So I am just putting a group here separately, composite party of creators. Finish. I just have to select a party and move to the desired group. Again, that party, move to a desired group. Now one click is sufficient for your profit and loss account to derive supply from composite dealer. Press Ctrl F12, vouchers, a ledger, which group name, containing COMP. So directly you can use a strong word, complete word, but I am using a simple that is COMP. Okay, see. Now nothing to worry. My composite supply from composite dealer is ready with profit and loss account headings. So by this way, we are achieving supply from composite dealer. Now, moving on next column, that is column number 5. This column is for purchase from regular dealer. And see, the 7th column is purchase from unregistered dealer. So we know registered dealer and unregistered dealer, how you are going to bifurcate. Please don't use the composite supply trick for these both. Don't use, because what happens, there are many ifs and buts I already told, and we are not here to discuss all ifs buts, but I am just telling here tricks, and a user can use his own brain. Suppose you have only 10 clients for tax audit, you can give 1 and 2 hours and use these tricks, and you, accuracy level you can take at 95% or 99%. But you have 100 plus clients, you cannot use these tricks. Okay, so suppose fine tuning you can work with 90% and 10% tasks you can do by manually. Okay, so here, how to derive a regular dealer purchase. Now, many auditors and many articles I read on various platforms, so they are just want to declare a purchase or expenditure which is claiming ITC, that is RD registered dealer purchase. Suppose bank is going to charge me bank charges with GST. So it logically in expected format by government, that is expected, in expected format, I have to mention these bank charges in registered column, purchase from registered dealer, even though I am not taking ITC. Okay, because that report is not saying about input tax credit. The report is saying about dealer registration type. If a dealer is registered and you are not taking ITC, that is not part of this discussion. They are saying just this will be a part of column 5. Okay, so how to derive it, that is individual task. After this, I'm just telling here how to do it. Just moving on next. Just again, I am opened the profit and loss account. Simple trick is there. Control F12. Suppose my assumption is that, my prediction is that wherever I have taken input tax credit, that is my only registered dealer purchase. Okay, simple. Control F12. Select here ledger, group name. Okay, group name containing tax. See, why tax? Okay, first see the result. So my profit and loss account will be updated with ledgers, its closing balances, only having ledgers in that voucher like CGST, HGST, TDS, TCS, whatever. Okay, so why I selected, first understand that Control F12, why I selected here tax, because I know about this data. Alter ledger CGST, where it is, suppose it is under duties and taxes, and suppose it is under GST. So if it is duties and taxes, I can give command containing duties and taxes equal to duties and taxes containing duties or containing taxes, whatever. Now I know it is under GST. Okay, so let's see. Display account book purchase register, any purchase I am just opening here. See, CGST and HGST ledger is there, that is under GST group. So I just copied that group, press Ctrl F12. Please understand the concept. Ledger group name containing GST. You must know a group of duties and taxes ledger. That is only requirement. Now the profit and loss account is showing only ledger values of registered, you can say, where you have take ITC. That is my first task completed. See, and obviously suppose you are pressing Ctrl F12 and just saying here not containing, what happens? Not containing, the second condition. So in those vouchers where no any ledger is there, that is belonging from GST group. Obviously, moving on my presentation, see here. In notes, I am saying here, total expenditure amount in column 2 if we bifurcate in registered and unregistered, that is, you can say RD purchase and unregistered URD purchase, then URD purchase column, that amount now it is derived here. It maybe have real-time unregistered dealer purchase or ITC which is not claimed by you, means bank charges. These may be a part of that unregistered purchase. Actually, in practically, it is not possible that bank is unregistered, but you are not claiming ITC. So that voucher, that ledger is under column 7. That is your current situation. And composition also maybe in this total. See here. Okay, composition also maybe in this total. Okay, but we computed our value of composition dealer already. So one by one, if you computed values and make a total, your 44 clause will be ready. Okay, see here. What I have done, just for recap, I am telling here. Column number 2 is total expenditure of profit and loss account. Okay, then you can press Ctrl F12 and use the trick for registered and unregistered. Ctrl F12, where no ledger of input tax credit belongings from the group is entered in voucher. So all ITC is registered, that is 100% clear. No ITC is unregistered purchase, but no ITC plus URD plus composition. These all may be in the column 7. So bifurcating by this way. That's complete. Nothing to do here. No any other rocket science. That is very simple. Derive values one by one. Now just I'm asking about only 44 and only I'm taking 2 or 4 issues on this session, and then we are moving on next. So please, because it's technical, so I'm asking at the same point. Otherwise, we are taking it in FAQs. Okay. Okay, recording related queries are there. Okay. So is it required to again repeat the same? I can give in a simple manner again, because this is hot issue now. Simple. If you have a profit and loss account of customer, or if you have a trial balance of a customer, you know the purchase is maybe with ITC or without ITC. Just press Ctrl F12, filter Ctrl F12 again, and filter that group wise ledgers containing or not containing. Okay. Now 2 different columns are already ready. Registered purchase, unregistered purchase, finished. Now unregistered purchase may have wrong figures. Why wrong figures? No ITC situation is occurred in 3 times. Party is unregistered. Maybe party charging you GST, but you are not claiming. And third is composition. So we know how to bifurcate composition. I have already given the command. Here is a SQL command. So we can write from here. Here is a SQL command. Select $name, $registration type from ledger where registration type is equal to composition. Okay. If a super user trying to derive purchase from unregistered dealer by this command, that is also possible. You can replace here, instead of composition, you can type here unregistered. But don't go by that way, because clients are not preparing database in proper manner. Okay. They are treating some wrong configurations. Next one. Once you know what is composition dealer supply, what is my unregistered dealer supply, and what is my dealer supply, and exempt also you know, because exempt services are very less, 4 or 5 or maybe 10 maximum services are there or ledgers are there. those are directly covered under exempt. So now your 44 is ready, and there are some queries also from last 2-3 days that there are many TDLs or customization in market. So you can also use it, but you have to cross check by this command, because like a user, a normal accountant, the developer is also not a CA, or he is also not know about the logic of report. So it may be possible that he is developing by his way, like accountant. Accountant is creating vouchers by his way. Okay, logically it should not be taken ITC from journal voucher. It will be not part of purchase turnover. But users are taking ITC from journal. So these tricks I have to share here. Otherwise, I am showing one report for you. Just move on displays, statutory report, GST, and move to GST annual report. Here you can see a report of party-wise purchase. Party-wise purchase. If you know the parties are registered, if you know the parties composition are registered, you can directly derive data from here. Not required to use our tricks.
Rajendra sir,
Yeah.
if you can just see the chat, I think there's one person who didn't understand this last part. I think Sakshi.
Please share. Okay.
Yeah. And also in Q&A, I think there's a related question to this.
Okay, the record. Okay. No. Okay, I didn't understand about Sakshi, ma'am, if you can unmute yourself so we can talk directly here. Hello.
Okay, so I think she can ask a question later.
Okay,
And
no problem.
yeah.
Yeah. So just I am telling here, don't believe on that data directly, because no any GST department is asking data with ledger wise. Please understand the concept first. Why we require to do these types of tasks. In any GST report, GSTR 1, 2, 3B, GSTR 9, GST department is not asking set off or supply or ITC, whatever you can say, by profit and loss account ledger wise. They want only party registration date details. Even rate wise data is also not demanded. That is also demanded only in HSN wise details. So how a person can derive data from same data for tax audit? So this is my logic behind that clause 44. So I have put it as expected and actual, and I tried it. 95% data is accurate because it is from live data. Okay, suppose one example I am putting here: building material sold by a person, or you can say hotel bill sold by that person to you, and you are not claiming it as a setup, because we know these materials or services are not eligible for take ITC. So what you done? What you done? Expenditure account debit to party account credit. A simple entry. Now the question is here, whether I'm going to make my report as fine-tuned, that I'm saying this, that is my expenditure, but is it from registered dealer? Okay, because he is uploading his data on GSTR 1 and you are not claiming that GST. So please use guidance of ICA. It is very nice. And how we can derive from Tally, that is my task. Okay, so moving to the next, that is section 48.3. How you can derive data from section 43, that is called as clause actually, payments about 10,000 to part. So what a mistake done by a user. First, everyone is going in cash book, display account book, cash book, and here they are putting your Ultra F12 and saying here that ledger amount greater than 10,000. So don't use this trick. Don't use this Ultra F12. Why I am telling? The clause is saying about a payment to a party or a ledger or anyone in a day more than 10,000. See, not saying as in a single voucher, they are saying about cumulative. Means I paid 5,000 today, early morning, then afternoon 10,000 and evening 10,000. So total vouchers are not, no any single voucher is more than 10,000. But total of the day for the same party is about 10,000. So don't use Alt F12, that is just sorting your vouchers. Okay, so how to do it? Very simple. See, open trial balance. Again, I am asking all participants to open trial balance. Don't use directly profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the result of closing balance of expenditure. That is not a closing considering all transactions. Okay. So here display trial balance. That is a trial balance. See, press Ctrl F12. Okay, first press Ctrl F12 and tell Tally about we want ledgers which group name contain cash. Actually, it is cash in hand. We know. And please check groups of the party, because many times party creating another groups for cash. Okay. So I know this data have cash in hand as the only group. This is the first condition. So now I have a trial balance. I have a trial balance that affects ledger, which ledgers having vouchers of under ledger under group cash in hand. Means now the trial balance is, like you can say, it is a cash balance trial balance, cash ledger trial balance. Only cash affected ledgers department is asking in 43, and I will have now a trial balance with all amounts. See, 2,000 is there, 29,000 is there. Okay, see here, 10,000 is there, 2,800 is there. So many expenditures paid by cash, and I have to press here Alt only F12. Opening balance is not required, transactions required, closing balance not required. Use this. Now I want second condition, only about 10,000. Okay. See, ledger amount I am telling. I am not checking about closing balance. Again, Control F12, same condition. See here. And. Okay. See here. And. Okay. So I can put here internally or here. And. Just a minute. So multiple conditions are there. See here. And amount, that is ledger amount. Okay. Greater than. Here containing is not required. Amount is always greater than, less than, or equal to 10,000. Now Tally is searching those vouchers affected by a ledger which is under cash in hand, and parallelly any amount of the voucher is greater than 10,000. Yes, this is my clause 48.3. See here, just select here 10,120 paid to which party? So by pressing enter, Tally will show me a party. Then I can press enter and see here a cash payment made to the party of rupees 10,120. Okay. And here is the note for section 43 for all. Not only to debited profit and loss account, we have to report a payment made in cash to supplier also, because that creditor is supplying material which is debited to profit and loss account either in previous year or in current year, and so that you are going to pay rupees 10,000 or more to the party. So this is required to check not only profit and loss account ledger but non-revenue accounts like sundry debtors, creditors. See here, all expenditures are showing. See, labor charges in cash, or you can say carriage inward, 71,000. Just press here enter and Tally will show you total vouchers. See here, all vouchers of more than 12,000 are there. Okay. But there are some excuses given by government that if it's transporter payment, then you can use 35,000 limit. Okay. So my task is to show you how to create a report. That is your task to apply your rules. Okay. Here is the trial balance. Complete trial balance is there on your condition. Just but please save the button as save view and give your name. See what I did here before a few time ago, just in go to my 43. That is very beautiful feature given by Tally. Once you are creating these types of reports, just save it for your all companies. Additional configuration. Okay, save report for all companies on this computer. Enter, bus, finish. Now open any company of any client, your 40A3 section is ready. So that's I'm finishing my second topic. Third topic is stock statement with GST amount and with GST value. Somewhere CS has to report some comparison. I think in section 145, like what happens if I add my GST amount, GST rate on stock value. Okay, and you have to just create a comparison statement for income tax purpose. If GST is added on stock, what will be the stock and what impact on my books? And one reconciliation should be mentioned on the statement. So my task is only to show you how you can prepare a report with the GST record, GST rates. See here, I'm not reading the command, just I am telling you, you can use SQL for these types of reports. Control N, Control V, enter. Your report is ready. One click, item name, GST rate, closing value of tax. So you can take any example like 200 rupees, 20 rupees is the tax value, closing value. 18% is my GST rate. So my GST amount will be 3 rupees 60 paise and my total closing stock will be 23.60. Your report is ready. Nothing to do here. If a user wants to remove items having blank, you can export it to Excel and directly you can use it. Okay, so what I have done here, I have done 3 commands. First command is preparing item name and GST rates and closing value. Then I am preparing item name, GST rate, closing value, and see here, GST rate into closing value divided by 100 is my GST value. Okay. Then again, I have created one command. I want to add it in my closing stock. So again, I have prepared here closing stock into this value. It should be separately required in a column and it should be added to the closing stock. So third command is finally your report. So please directly use this command. Your report is ready. Now last topic is there. That is stock valuation changing. What happens? Customers creating item masters at his traditional way. See here, stock item. So he is not going to select here any stock valuation methods. Actually, these methods are there. See here. The valuation methods are there. Okay, that is behavior of your items. Just a minute. closing market valuation method. See here. That is the behavior of stock item. But normally Tally is putting here average cost, average price. And now I want my profit and loss account with last purchase cost, last purchase price. What to do? Just I am putting here integrate account with inventory. Yes. Okay. So my stock valuation will be accurate. Profit and loss account. See, the closing stock is there. Now this closing stock is by default Tally way. Average price, average cost. Nothing to do here. Just right side a button is valuation. It is by default selected as default, means the configuration stored in all items. Maybe one item is by standard cost, one item is by LIFO method, one item is by first in first out method. These all called as default. But you want to make valuation by FIFO method, just select FIFO and your valuation is ready. So your all required balance sheets, profit and loss account, trial balance will be impacted by this amount. If you want multiple valuation reports at the same time, just create a new column, and put here valuation method as, suppose I am putting here last purchase cost. What happens? My closing stock is there. See, different valuations are there. So you can again add another new column and you can say here, I want by FIFO method. So everything is in your hands. See here, 8,08,000 and 7,80,000. So by any way, you can use these tricks and solve your for at least today I have only covered only 4 clauses. We can prepare for many requirements of tax audit from Tally by these quick SQL commands or natural commands. Okay, just lastly, before we are starting about FAQs, I am just want to share here Nql commands. Small commands are there. See, in my calculator panel, that yellow line is there. Okay, if I type here CASHRECEIPT, okay, see what happens. Total receipts in cash are coming here. Now we are at the end of tax audit days, so it is not matter to learn now. But if you want to check eligibility of a person, you can type any logical command here. Like I am typing here sales, so nothing is there. See here, but spelling mistake is there. So I typed here SLE, nothing is there. But I typed here SALES, so my total sales is there. Okay, so that is called as natural commands. Okay, and we learn about SQL, and we will also learn about 44 and 48.3 and stock valuation, stock with GST rates. This file I am going to share on your chat box. Just I want to ask any questions are now. The session is open for FAQs. So please share the plus 44 Excel sheet. Okay, no problem. I'm sharing here. Okay, please explain clause 44 again. So, okay, if you want to ask question, we can explain via question. Don't worry. You can directly unmute yourself. Doshi, I think.
For asking questions directly, please raise your hand so that I can allow you to unmute your mic.
Bhavya Doshi is asking. Please raise your hands and unmute. Yes, madam.
Madhur Agrawal, Bhavya Doshi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. I actually missed the first point while logging in. So if you could explain me that clause 44.
Okay, that is your requirement. And what about Bhavya Doshi, ma'am? So same.
Yeah. I am only Bhavya Doshi. It's a he, not a she.
Okay, sorry. And one person is there more asking about that. Just a minute. Okay, see what happens in 44. 44 in 44 tax audit. See, tax audit is different thing and GST audit is different thing. But we
Correct.
know GST amounts are not reflected in 26As income tax returns data. Correct. It means
Yeah.
government is watching that same data is uploaded to income tax and same data is uploaded to GST department. Nothing else. Department wants to just reconcile your two data. Correct. Now, GST department is interested to ask data for from your side only for party wise, GST number wise, you can say exempt or transporter or any category wise. Nothing about profit and loss head wise. Okay, because there is no any unique profit and loss account or any financial statements in market. So department is collecting data and it will be very huge data. Okay. Now, the income tax department is asking to reconcile in short your profit and loss account heads with your dealer types. Now dealer types, okay, dealer types by default we know there are three dealer types. One is registered, one is unregistered, and third one is your composition. Composition and regular dealer are both registered dealers, correct? So the column is saying about composition and regular with exempt supplies, and total is in column 6, and whatever is remaining is called as unregistered dealer. Okay, so in the first session we learn about how to fetch these amounts, how to derive these amounts from Tally. So by using these commands you can copy these snapshots. Yeah, I am sharing this Excel also because maybe possible that you miss the session. So you can derive by this way. Like you want a regular registered dealer supply, column 6 directly you want from Tally first. Okay, and then you are going to bifurcate in whatever exempt, what is composition. Okay, so for that I am putting here control F12 and profit and loss account, and putting here I want a ledgers which group name contains GST. Why GST? Because my client, the data is front of you, it is having a group GST, and under GST group they have created CGST, AGST, IGST. So I am filtering by GST. Suppose you have duties and taxes ledger, that group, so you can put here duties and taxes. Okay, enter, 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 enter. Now the profit and loss account is filtered only with these vouchers impacting to GST, ITC. Okay, so this is finished. This is my RD purchase. Now RD purchase, which is RD purchase, that is only ITC claimed. Okay, now if I want unregistered purchase, just put here not containing. So that is the logic only behind that. There is no any direct report currently. Okay, so not containing is sufficient. And here the purchase which is not having any GST ledger, selected in the voucher. Now it is you can say URD purchase, but URD purchase may have composition supply, because composite dealer are not going to charge you GST. So that amount is also included in the column 7 currently in my scenario. So again I have to derive supply from composition supplier. So that I shared here one command, and how to filter profit and loss account and how to get composition dealer supplies. That is also shared here. So once you have fetched the 1, 2, 3 amounts, that is finished. That is the only clause 44, nothing else. Means you have composition dealer supply, yes, column completed. You already purchased dealer column completed. Exempt, how can derive exempt? Petrol expenditure, fuel expenditure, whatever expenditures you know in that database. So create a group of that ledger, that is also possible. Exempt supplies. Okay, again use same trick. That is very simple, but problem is that we don't know about SQL commands and we don't know about the tricks of control F12. The power of control F12 is very nice in Tally. Okay, see, please understand control F12. That is not Ultra F12. Clear, sir?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone, any FAQs, madam?
Sir, I have one question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Sir, in the
Hello?
Sorry, by mistake, I removed
Yeah.
Mr. Madhur Agarwal. Yeah, sorry, Madhur, sir.
yes.
Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, regarding that cash payments above 10,000, the way you showed using control F12. So for that, suppose if in a particular day I am making different vouchers towards a particular client, that how we will capture using your method? Because it is showing vouchers above 10,000 for a single voucher. But what if in a single day I'm making multiple vouchers for the same?
Yes. See, for only because of that same specific requirement, I am not using Ultra F12. If you are using Control F12, what happens? Tally is going to show you more than 10,000 payments, correct? But if you are not using my second command, see here in 43 notes, I first shown you only the command which is not having criteria of 10,000. Means you paid 5,000, then 6,000. Okay. So in a day, it will be 11,000 for a party.
Yes, exactly.
So don't use this command. You have to use only first command. Why I am telling the second command here? See, many time what happens, it is better to cross check by 2 ways because of database. So this is my just cross checking by 10,000. Any voucher is there which is about 10,000. Okay. And what happens in only first command problem is that, see, my trial balance will be, suppose I paid only 200 rupees to a party. That is also part of my trial balance, but I don't want it. So in that case, you can do trial balance with ledger wise. Okay. And export it to the Excel, and only those expenditure and parties you have to just press enter and modify it, cross check it by 1 to 1. Because I'm trying here also one trick, but if you can try here, so that is interesting. So because of time, I cannot take more details on it, but just I am telling you what you can do. Trial balance without opening balance, without closing balance, you can put here net, debit, credit, or only whatever you want, and just create here auto column and put here daily. What happens? Tally will show your trial balance with per day, and now use your commands and check it. So this is the trial balance of transaction of ledger, each ledger, which is per day transaction, per day. So 365 days trial balance is ready. Okay, whatever period you are given. So my period is only March, April. So you can see by quarterly, monthly, whatever, or yearly. Okay. So, and then give your commands and check from your side. This is not tried by me now, but just you are asking about that, and I'm just thinking about how we can do it. Clear? Okay, anything else?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Jigar here. My question is regarding bank charges. You said that sometimes we don't claim the credit of ITC.
Yeah.
So in that case, we should report 118, or we should report only 100 in that clause 44.
118.
Including GST.
Including GST, because you are not claiming that, and
but it will be reported under the registered one.
Yeah. Otherwise, what happens? The one wording is there in clause 44 by ICI also, that they are saying your total amount of profit and loss account, that is column 2. It should be tallied with all columns.
Okay. And secondly, about the restaurant bills, sometimes what happens that there are lot of restaurant bills. it is difficult to identify because they don't mention on the this thing whether they are composition or non-composition. And because those expenses are routed through reimbursement. So that is where we are facing difficulty.
Yeah, see, what the focus of actually government is focusing on the way that they want ITC taken with P&L wise, profit and loss ledger wise.
But here only the profit and loss ledger only come, or the fixed assets item will also come?
Yeah. We have to report capital goods also, but they don't want any detail. Even in profit and loss account case also, they don't want any ledger wise detail. The ledger wise detail and asset wise details is your working paper. But for time being, if I have to derive 100 rupees, so somewhere I have to work on ledger wise. Then only I can derive that amount. So,
but in the ledger name, I will have to mention the ledger name, or it is just a category of expenses. Total expenses and just the breakup.
Only they want category, capital and non-capital revenue and expenditure.
Only two categories.
Yeah. But problem is that if you don't going in detail, so you cannot give a valid figure. See, one CA also tell me that tax audit must be true and accurate. Correct. So if you want to go on true and accurate concept, then either report 100% true reports figures, or don't report anything and give the notes.
Okay.
So by ICI guidelines also, or even you can say a clear tax and tax guru, they are prepared some notes by what you can say about exempt supplies. Okay. So in tax guru also, I'll just read about that notes. Which notes we can prepare here. So they given here some circumstances and solutions. So department is also know, all persons know about that is slightly difficult to derive figures. See here, the figures nikalna mushkil hai. So in which case you can declare these workouts. Okay. So please just use apna logic. Agar apna confirm hai, may be possible that a customer having configured 100% perfect GST in So you can use GSTR 1, 2, 3B and your all clause 44 will be ready. But many customers are not preparing GST returns from Tally. They are just putting debit and credit and using columnar reports to prepare GST returns. Okay. So in that case, very difficult to derive these figures. So
but can we generate one report from GSTR 3B because whatever credit I have claimed, whether it is eligible, ineligible, exempt, not. So if the proper configuration is there, so we can use GSTR 3B also, correct?
Yeah, correct. 3B having all data actually.
Correct. But the only thing is that there in 3B, we will only come to know the basic details of the bill, but we will not come to know whether registered, unregistered, composition, not composition, eligible, and knowledgeable. So can we get that category in that report?
No, actually currently because of this demand,
we get that category there only in that report. If I export that, then I have to just export it and just prepare one pivot table. All figures will be matching.
Perfect. So that is I am asking about 95%, 90% we can derive from these commands or tricks by me, and 10% you have to do from your side. So that is so I am just telling you, if you have a number of clients, limited clients, but having huge data, so you can do pivot tables and this task. But if a client having 60 or 50 clients with uncertain data, that is not corrected data, so they have to just go on notes and they can say, we are not here to declare exempt amount. The client is not ready, prepared any database for that.
No, because actually I am not thinking about the financial year 21-22. I am planning for 22-23.
Yeah.
So that we can educate the clients. If you do like this, it will save a lot of our time.
Yes, even please do this one more trick for the client. Please check all videos of Tally learning sessions. There are many videos saying about how to validate GST numbers of multiple parties. And parties cancelled or exempt or composition or regular, Tally is going to show you on that. It is free of cost. So you have to just use TallyPrime, and here update party GSTN Okay, then here you can say sundry creditors. I'm not taking the topic here, but
Okay.
I'm just a minute. Update party GSTN. Here sundry creditors, all items. Right side, you click on all ledgers, Okay, so Tally is showing all ledgers, and just click here get GST info.
Okay.
So Tally is going to search all GSTNs
Okay.
with your GST portal, and Tally just give a smart report that unregistered is there, registered is there, or composition is there, or cancelled or blocked by department.
Okay. Okay.
So use videos.
This is available in the default Tally, correct?
Yeah. 100%. 100% the default Tally.
Okay, so go to statutory report, GST report.
Yeah, statutory report, GST, update party GSTN, select your sundry creditors or debtors group at one time. Then you can select here all ledgers, right side. Okay. So I have already selected all ledgers, and here let's select party anything. See here, selected regular, GST number is not there. Okay. So let's select him anything. So Tally will check all GSTNs. What is the status of that party by clicking here?
Can you just do it for one
see here I have to here actually on that topic I have already given one session.
And no, here this username ID is what?
Yeah. About this is also videos are there. This username is your EV bill number. Okay. So if just wait, if I know that password, no. So any user can create his EV bill password, API user, and you can link Tally to your GST portal directly on portal. That videos are available on net, and by that username, that is called as API user. Okay. API user. So these facilities are available by this user ID password. Okay. And that is user ID password for your Tally only, not for client. Not required to create by client. Okay. That is very nice given by Tally. Okay. And suppose any member currently presenting in session wants to learn about how to reconcile GSTAT2 from Tally, that video is also available. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So anyone else?
Sakshi Patanwadi, I think he was trying to.
सर मेरा एक डाउट था अगर
आवाज गया
सॉरी मैं कह रहा हूँ आपने कैश वाला जो भी बताया था उसमें अगर मेरा एक ही दिन में मैं 4 वाउचर पास करूँ सेम पार्टी को अलग अलग अमाउंट से मेरा और उसका टोटल 15,000 रुपीज बैठता है तो क्या वो वाला जब वो डेरिवेशन वो फॉलो कर वो पाथ मेरे को निकाल के देगा उसका?
हाँ, उसमें होगा ऐसा कि मैंने जैसे बोला ना यहाँ पे कि वो होगा ऐसा कि वो बंदा टैली ये निकाल के दे देगा आपको कि टोटल कैश पेमेंट कितना हुआ, 2 रुपया हुआ कि 2,000 हुआ कि 20,000 हुआ. ठीक है. कब होगा? आप कंडीशन आपको एक ही लगानी है कि जहां पे लेजर जो है उसका ग्रुप का नेम जो है कंटेनिंग कैश है, बस. दूसरी कंडीशन मतलब 10,000 वाली.
ठीक है.
तो पहली कंडीशन में आपको पता चला कहाँ पे है, बराबर. अब या तो इसको F5 करके लेजर वाइज बनाओ और अपना फिल्टर लगाओ कि भाई ये कहीं पे भी टोटल 10,000 के ऊपर जाएगा तभी तो हम करेंगे ना चेकिंग उसका, बराबर. एक दिन में 10 के ऊपर गया या पूरे साल में 10 के ऊपर गया, टोटल तो 10,000 के ऊपर यहाँ पे दिखेगा ही. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल देखो 24,000 दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, तो हो सकता है कि एक ही वाउचर 24,000 का हो या 2 वाउचर 24,000 के हो. बस आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा, उतना ही चेक करना पड़ेगा उस पार्टी का. करंटली टैली ने यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा ये नहीं बनाया हुआ है क्योंकि ये सब कुछ स्कैटर्ड था, अब जाके थोड़ा स्ट्रीमलाइन हो रहा है. ओके. तो उतना थोड़ा 10% आपकी एफर्ट्स होगी, 90% हम सॉर्ट करके दे रहे हैं यहाँ पे. अब ये वाले आपको नहीं चाहिए ना, 300 रुपए 200 रुपए 100 रुपए ये तो निकल जाएंगे.
हाँ. तो मतलब इसमें मैं 10,000 वाला कमांड यूज ना करूँ.
अब क्या करोगे, एक बार आपका हुआ तो अल्टर F12 दबाओ, लेजर यहाँ पे आप बोलो क्लोजिंग. अब तो मैंने क्लोजिंग बैलेंस पे लिया, आप टोटल डेबिट टोटल क्रेडिट भी ले सकते हो. ठीक है. क्योंकि ये टोटल शायद डेबिट हो जाएगा, टोटल डेबिट, और यहाँ पे ग्रेटर देन 10,000. अब ये मैंने अल्टर F12 लगा दिया. समझ गए. तो फिल्टरेशन जैसे एक्सेल में करते हैं ना, 1 के ऊपर किया, फिर 2 के ऊपर फिल्टर किया, 3 के ऊपर फिल्टर किया, तो मल्टीपल फिल्टर हो जाता है। तो वही फंडा यूज कर लो और अपना काम हो जाएगा।
ठीक है सर, ओके थैंक यू।
ओके थैंक यू। हाँ, साक्षी करके कोई। आवाज नहीं है।
Sakshi, there's a audio problem. Please check your internet connection and we'll come back to you later.
Okay,
Rajendra sir, do we have any other part to cover so that, because Q&As will keep on coming. So if
no, my part is completed. Just
okay, then we can take the questions.
I'm putting just that Excel sheet in chat box.
Okay, great. Okay, so other person, I think Vineet Jain. Mr. Vineet Jain, I've allowed you to talk. Anil Kumar Valecha.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sound
Vineet Jain here, sir. सर अभी आप बता रहे थे कि हम अर्लियर वीडियोस भी देख सकते हैं जिसमें सारी चीज़ों के बारे में डिटेल में बताया हुआ, तो सर वो हम कहाँ से देखेंगे, मतलब वो कोई लिंक है या कोई यूट्यूब चैनल है, कहाँ पे?
Sir, I am just posting the link. So we have a portal community.tally solutions. उसमें webinars हर हफ्ते जो हम करते हैं उसकी डिटेल्स जाती है। साथ में जितने भी वीडियोस हो चुके हैं राजेंद्र सर एंड अदर सीए एक्सपर्ट्स ऑन टैली सीए कनेक्ट, सारे वीडियोस आपको मिलेंगे। आई हैव जस्ट सेंट इट टू द चैट बॉक्स।
ओके थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
और मैंने एक एक्सेल फाइल दिया है, अगर सब लोग चैट बॉक्स में से डाउनलोड कर लेंगे तो बाद में चैट बॉक्स क्लोज हो जाएगा तो वो मिलेगा नहीं। सो इफ यू ट्राई टू डाउनलोड इट, so all commands also pasted in that Excel file.
Sakshi, if your internet, we can have your questions now. Ms. Sakshi Patanwadia. I think Anil Kumar Valecha, sir, do you have a question? Yeah, Sakshi is unmuted. Please ask us the question.
Can I put my question now? This is
yeah, please.
Yes,
please.
Sir, मेरा question ये है कि see there are a lot of petty cash expenses which are debited to profit and loss account. Like if we are reimbursing the conveyance vouchers are there, staff welfare expenses are there. So ये सब चीजें whatever is appearing in the profit and loss statement account, whether this should be also be treated in the clause 44 as total expenditure, and where we should report it under, like this we can take it directly to as a reimbursement to employees, and we can treat it as a expenditure through an unregistered dealer.
See, basically first part is that if the expenditure is directly related with employee, means salary, bonus, depreciation, non-cash items not to be reported, not required.
So that is very clear. If the expenses are related to salary, bonus, it's a Schedule 3 item, which is neither a supply of goods nor a supply of services. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the conveyances paid to the employees, staff welfare, say lunch expenses are paid, and these are all debited to business.
Yes.
These are business expenses and debited directly through the payment voucher. So how to report that? Means whether we should report it or we should avoid it?
No. So first thing is that it is, suppose you are paying conveyance to your employee, that is reimbursement of expenditure. What happens that supply is not purchased from your side from a party. Okay. But suppose that employee given your GST number to a client and he is purchasing a bill on your name, then you have to report it in your that manner, registered, unregistered, or all the exempt or whatever. If that employee going to pay from his pocket first, no any bill in your name, service or goods, and then he is collecting cash from you, but you are going to claim as an expenditure, it's not a part of your 44, because you are not going to purchase from a registered person or non-registered person. But there is again one but that suppose you are not treating these expenditures in our clause 44 columns, what happens? May be possible that same ledger used for registered person, barabar?
There are cases, sir. Yeah, correct.
Correct. So put all remaining amounts in URD purchase, URD column, column number 7.
So suppose there is a common ledger in which there are registered bills accounted and also the other payments to employees which are treated as a reimbursement. I can show the difference in the as purchases from unregistered dealer.
Correct. Because there may be possibility that they will ask you if you are purchasing from URD purchase, unregistered dealer, okay, then tell me which party. Because in your GSTR 2A or 2B, there is no any supply from in that name. Any party is not there.
Correct.
But you are claiming expenditure as 1 lakh rupees. In GSTR 2A total is maybe 90,000. So what about 10,000? So you can say this 10,000 we are paid to our employees. Employees is going to pay in market.
Okay. So that needs to be shown under column number 2
7
and also column number 7 also.
Yeah. Total. See, you cannot mismatch or you cannot show two different figures. Your total amount claimed as expenditure, it should be in column 2.
Correct.
And once it is in column 2, then you have to reconcile it against column 3, 4, 6 or 7. 3, 4, 5 and 7.
So one question here is, see, as such the table what is given in this for clause 44, it is stating that column number 6, which is the total of the expenditure through registered dealers, and column number 7, which is expenditure from unregistered dealer. This column 6 and column 7 total must match with the total in column 2.
Correct. Yes.
It has to match.
Has to match.
Because our Institute of Chartered Accountants has just recently issued a guidance note where it states that there can be a difference between column 2 and a total of column 6 and 7, which can be on account of say depreciation or schedule 3 supply.
Yeah, but they are
for
saying
that you need to take a reconciliation from the assessment.
Yeah, but they are saying about total of column 2 or column 7. See here.
Column 2 total and total of column 6 and column 7, if there is a difference, it can be on account of say schedule 3 items or depreciation.
Yeah.
So in column number 2, you need to show the depreciation amount also. Is it so?
Yeah, no, actually what happens, I'm just taking this call. See what happens. They are asking about capital expenditure or revenue expenditure. Correct?
Correct.
So once I am going to bifurcate it, and somewhere it is by default, suppose capital asset here is 10 lakh rupees. Okay. And by URD purchase and these types of, because that 10 lakh is after depreciation amount. Na? So what happens? Supplier is not going to charge me any bill with deducting by depreciation. Supplier will charge me 12 lakh rupees. Maybe he is unregistered or registered. And my ledger is having amount of 10 lakh. So what is about 2 lakh different? That is by depreciation. So that guidance note about this figure.
Okay.
They are not saying about your just before you are asking the question that not is related about that. So you are asking about convincing. So what happens? The difference will be you can treat it as unregistered person. That column 7 number.
Okay.
Once you are putting amount in column 5, column 4 or column 3, it is your already purchase. It should be 3, 4, 5 is equal to 6.
Okay. And sir, any provision of expenses like audit fees provision, these should not be included in this table.
Not required. These are like your like depreciation and non-cash item. So you are not going to pay anyone. But if you purchasing a bill from CA, Chartered Accountant, then you have to put here.
No, it's just a provision of audit fees because the auditor will be raising the bill in the next year when he will be signing the audit report.
What happens actually logically? So I am putting here expected. In expected, what they are expecting, you have to put your audit fee and put that figure in registered dealer. What happens? You are not going to claim your ITC on that because customer, that CA is not putting any audit fee bill on your name. Clear?
Correct.
But the CA is registered.
Not in this period, but they will be putting in the next year.
But you are going to claim expenditure in current year.
Yeah.
So you can say it is my registered person dealer purchase, but with a comment. So you can comment here. We can see Tally government is not asking about ITC only. Government is asking about variety of suppliers versus P&L ledgers and asset ledgers. They are not saying here, if you claim your ITC, then only put in these ledgers, these columns.
So according to you, this provision of audit fee should also be shown in the clause 44.
Suppose you are not showing, showing here, then you have to make a note that total expenditures debited to profit and loss account XYZ minus these expenditures we are not preparing here, not stating here, on account of that expenditures are only provisions. These are non-cash items for current period. So we are not putting here.
Okay.
So that is possible. So the way you are written your notes and the way you are presenting your data, how much accuracy you are going to achieve from data, that is only on depending the CA for first year. Next year maybe ICI also and department also, or maybe they are putting this data from directly one or two amounts, not taking the total table.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Rajendra, so a lot of people were asking if the Excel file could be shared. So
already shared.
Actually, sir, we haven't received in the chat box. Where have you shared? Or is there a Google Drive link which you can put?
No. Directly I have shared by, just a minute. 4:11 AM. So 4:11 AM is
okay. The Excel file is already shared. Yes.
Yeah. So Excel file is there. After chatting of how we can check all vendor GST number. So Sakshi is chatting here, and okay, that question is pending, I think. So madam, if you want to check GST number of party, so very nice question is there. I will just give one command here, shortcut command. So just go in control panel, select $name. Sorry, not required even $name. You can say select star from ledger. Finish. Only 4-line command is there. 4 words. Select star from ledger. Now Tally will going to create a report for you. That report is showing ledger name, GST type, GST registration type, GST number, country, state, pin code, group, opening closing balance, everything is there. See here. When the ledger is created, all details are there. See here. If you have VAT number, TDS number, PAN number, all. You are asking me for about GST number. I am telling you all in one. Just give this, take this report in your Excel file, export, and you can sort on your blank GST number or whatever. See here. So only 4-line command is there. I can also put it in chat box. Select star from ledger. Okay. And the name, many times what happens, if you use this command, select star from stock item, what happens? Tally is not going to give directly name of the item. So you have to put here, select $name, comma, star. Comma means I want a method that is name, comma star means जो बाकी बचा सब चाहिए. Okay, star from stock item. And same way you can type here, select $name, comma, star from ledger. So if you are a super user, if you are having some knowledge of filtering, sorting, then you can make this command advanced, like a ledger, then where group name is sundry debtors.
Rajendra,
like
sir,
yeah,
your screen is actually frozen. So if you're, are you showing something? Because
no, just I am chatting here.
Okay, chat, then it's fine. Okay.
In chat box, everyone see here, 2 commands I have given here. So these are your commands. Okay, and Excel file I think received to all. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Anything else? Nice questions asked by participants.
Yeah, I have already sent the Excel file in the chat box.
Yeah.
So reshare the Excel file, sharing it one more time. Please do not write anything so that it doesn't get missed by others. Yeah, so it is sent again. Please do see the last file which I have sent. The file is named as clause 44 explained by Rajendra Mithari.
And Sakshi, because of audio, you are not possible
Sakshi,
to talk.
I think if you want to type your question, or let's try for one last time. Please try asking your question directly. I've asked you unmute. Mr. Vijay Kumar Bagaria, is your query answered, or do you want to ask your question again? I think he is not here, so. Okay, any further questions from the audience? You can raise your hand. Jigar Karia, okay. Yes, Mr. Jigar, please ask your question.
Actually, we have already discussed my queries.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope I have answered all questions, but anyone still want any query, directly WhatsApp me. So, madam, can you put here number for?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Just a minute. So I'm putting my mobile number here. Okay, and if you are a CA, anyone is here chartered accountant working, so we have group for a chartered accountant also. So there we are updating many sessions or many queries, or one by one CAs are asking, so we can solve your queries also. Okay, so personally you can chat me, so I can share the group link. Okay.
Why is the number not visible? I think some issue with the chat, is it? Because my Excel file also, it's sent to everyone. Sanjay, can you confirm? Are you able to see?
Just a minute. I will put on my Google Drive and give you a link.
No, I'm not able to see.
Not able to see. The Excel file which I had shared, was it able to?
That has come, but the.
Okay, let me type the number again.
Okay, maybe possible that you from your end it is possible.
No, because no, sir, you are also co-host, so you can also send 97649.
It might be sent to some individual.
Yeah. So yeah, Sanjay, I've sent again.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay, I think now that brings us to the end. Sir, have we answered both the question in the Q&A?
Yeah, all questions I have taken.
Okay, I think we can conclude our session. We have no further questions. So I think the queries and the feedback already says it all. It was an excellent webinar and a most engaging one, I think. So thanks a lot, Rajendra, sir. We will definitely, I think if the audience would want to have any, recent topics from Rajendra, sir, please do write into our chat. My email ID is komal.lahoti@tallysolutions.com. We will definitely organize webinars so that we can all attend. I'm also dropping my email ID in case the video hasn't reached you or any other query reaching Rajendra, sir. Please do let me know. Thank you all. I will now end the webinar.
Okay.
Thank you, Rajendra, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.